So I have 15 minutes to actually get a short done, and the topic of the short will be AI. Not really, but AI, the big old bad AI. However, my job today in this 15 minutes is to prove concept theory face human intent. And with that human intent, we formulate our initial idea and conceptualize it, and then bring it to life. So let's open a new file here, and let's try to choose an aspect ratio. Oops. 16, almost a square. So the idea here is to try to draw Nomara in only 15 minutes, well, 14 minutes now. And in that 14 minutes, our intent here, human intent, right, is to try to draw Nomara holding her boots in a perspective that is kind of down. So in other words, her nose will be here and her chin and everything is kind of tucked in because it is at that kind of angle. But actually, you won't be able to see what she has in her mouth. And what she has in her mouth is her trusty handy boots. Now, why would she have her boots in her mouth, you ask? Well, that's for me to know and you to maybe find out some other time. But our intent is to, so we have to change the perspective now, to try to make it like this way, this perspective, right? So she's kind of looking up almost now. And now to draw her like anime nose that we got, and we got the boots in our mouth. So when something is in your mouth, first of all, it depends on how big it is. All right, this is becoming a very sus topic, but please bear with me. So we have to widen the jaw when something is in the mouth, depending on how big what's in the mouth is. So she has her teeth here kind of bitten down on something, and that is something is her boots. So her boots I've designed, and they about go to her shin, almost to her knee, but not quite. So we're gonna make it pretty long. So here we have some intricate designs here, and the fabric, and she's gonna have two of them, so one has to be in the front. When something is in the front, we want it thicker lines as well as the, the shape of what it is. So since it is almost like a leather material, I'm tired of this eraser not erasing fully. Give me a better eraser. Where's my better eraser? Or more responsive eraser. And the main idea is to actually show her with the boots. I'm gonna try to change the perspective a little bit. I mean, the angle. Alright, so when boots are, not like I've ever had boots in my mouth, but I was gonna say when boots are in your mouth, you want the angle of the mouth. We want the shadow. And the shadow as well. The teeth kind of curving inside of her face. So this is where the actual boot comes in. So right here, I'm going to make a new layer and show you. So the crease of the boots kind of go like this. And then they are heel boots. So it'll kind of go something like that. Clear that layer out. And let's go back to drawing. So this one we're going to have, not sure how to make the angle of this curve, but actually, should it go down this way? Actually, no, that's terrible. Oops. Alright, so I'm running out of time. So we are going to open a new layer. Oh, we already got a new layer. So I'm going to start blotching in the shapes. So the boots are like a leather brown-ish. So we're going to try to block out that shape. We got to get both of them. So yeah, it'll probably be something like this. And then the heel will come down, something like that. Let's put the color layer below the line layer. And then we will block out her skin and face. First, I'll do the white of her teeth. Then I'll do her skin. Wow, I thought I got away with selecting color, did it? So let's try to get her skin. It's probably a little bit darker than I want. No problem, we'll just fill it. Yeah, that's more like it. So back to the line. We're gonna make a new layer, call it hair. Okay. And for the hair, we're gonna try to pick her hair color. And now this is all just ballpark, but let's say she has her scalp here. Oops, I did that the wrong way. Scalp here, hair. Same thing, scalp, hair. Now, she has a center strand that kind of goes here like this. And then she has a wider strand that connects to her here, like so. So what I learned about the AI version of her is everything has to kind of connect to her bun here. And she has like a big bun. And of course here that, oops, of course here that kind of just cascades off. We will make her hair a little bit more fuller. This is like almost a top angle of her hair, so I gotta show that. That means this is gonna come like block most of her actual hair and face. Now we use the sketch lines. We're gonna open a new layer to do that. And I'm gonna go to black. I'm just gonna kind of block out her scalp and here. Just some lines and the braids of her hair. Kind of do something like this. Actually figured out how to bring her hair to life. You know, we just have an idea of how hair looks, but we don't actually know how it like actually connects. Same thing with this. Oops. Same thing with this. We kind of want to enclose this hair strands and get rid of this hair. Brain fart, brain fart. That's what happens when you don't label your layers. Anyway. So yeah, we got ear here. And of course the eyes here. We'll have her looking up at the camera. We'll put some, how much time we got? We got 3 minutes. So we're gonna put some eye here. I'm gonna make those eyes bigger. Alright, now the finishing touches on the boots, of course. This is going to make or break. So crumbles, 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 wrinkles rather. We're going to have a big boot hole here. This is going to be black. This is going to be designs. And the crystals, I guess they kind of won't do what I'm thinking they'll do because those crystals are going to... Those crystals are going to straighten the boot so it's actually not that bendy. Bendy. What a funny word. So it'll kind of do something like this. And the crystals will kind of do something like this. And she has 2 of them. And then the crease here. And shoe part, the heel, will go down. And the shoe part also do like this. So yeah, let's actually try to make this angled down here. Let's straighten up the paint of the boots. Select that color. One thing I did not do within Higgsfield is make her boots as a prop. Now let's try to generate collar. So maybe we have to make the background a little bit of a gray. And then we have to try to make her collar, which is like a light. I'll do like a bluish, pink, purplish. And then we'll try to put it here. Put that there. Oops. Skin here. And shirt here. Here. Kind of get the idea of cross. So let's try to botch the rest. So her eye color. We'll try to put here like so. Pupil. And shine. Oops. Alright. We have to add the crystal colors. And I just put a opacity layer on these. And then we just draw some reflective kind of shapes. So now we try to get the silhouette of the collar going. And you know what that is, we don't really have to say that, you know. So we'll get the silhouette here. Okay. Oh, opacity. I'm like, well, what's going on? Let's put that air in front. Okay. I think this is good enough. Oh yeah, so we're also gonna add another kind of layer for the crystal, and another layer for the crystal. Oh, actually, one crystal, boom, 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 and two crystals, boom, boom, boom. I just need to cut this up, cut that like that. We got two crystals, and then the other boots, they will kind of pop over here with another crystal and the other layer of the boot. Now, just one more with the boots. All right. So this is my intent. My character. I'll just put it in there. It's my intent. My character, boots in her mouth. Kind of high angle shot here. Let us export as we'll do a PNG. So now we're on Claude, and we're gonna open a file. So we're gonna put that file in here, into Claude. Claude knows my story and everything. Straightforward, right? Nomara, boots in her mouth. Make a prompt based off what you can see. Same boots with two crystal vertical slits. All right, let's see if Claude sees and knows what I put. I want it to make a text prompt. That's what it's gonna do. Let's see what it says. Oh, looking at the sketch, Nomara has her boot held horizontally in her mouth. Gripping the shaft with her teeth. Oh shit. Yo. Posture sideways, 3/4, eyes glancing out with that cold amusement that boot's crystal panel shows as blue diamond shapes on the outer shaft. Here's the prompt. Okay, so Victorian dark fantasy illustration, reddish brown, auburn hair. This is my Nomara locked in that I've already described. 3/4 view, upper body. Okay, it understands that from looking at it. Her expression completely unbothered, eyes tracking upward. That's what we mentioned earlier, right? Style cinematic dark fantasy. That's just the style in which I'm pleased with. So we're going to copy this prompt, and then we're going to go to Higgsfield. We're going to paste the prompt in. Let's see if I can actually zoom in. I pasted the prompt in, and I have to paste my image in now. So we're going to use ChatGPT image 2. We're going to put it on a medium. We're going to put it on around the same aspect ratio. 2K quality. And we're going to see. Now this is just off my drawing. I can cheat by actually using a character reference sheet, but we'll see what it does with my drawing first. I'll spend 3 credits to show you guys. All right, I got a good one. So I'm going to go back to the top, and I'm going to come down here with you guys. All right, it's generating. This is just based off my image. We're going to generate it again with the character sheet. It's going to go a lot better with the character sheet, but I also am not quite sure. So we're going to delete that, delete all this, and just stare at the computer and see what we can see from the image. So this one should get done first. This is based off the drawing. Wow. So GPT understands my intent. It just doesn't know her outfit or anything because it's not character reference. But this one is character reference, so it kind of knows. The folds it did not get, but this is what we got. All we have to do now is refine this. So this is a good generation. The character sheet kind of threw it off, so my drawing did better than the character sheet within it. She is holding his crinkles there for the boots. It's kind of not clear here what's going on, but we can refine that. To refine this, all I have to do is input the drawing file. So I put my drawing as the composition. Now I have to put Nomara's AI face as the character. Actually, it doesn't, because there's no. All right, this character sheet does it. Yes, this is it here. Except that the boot's messed up, man. So, and then we just copy the prompt. There it is. We copy the prompt, see all. And we actually make sure to read the prompt. All right, let's see. Victorian, deftly detailed, faint scarring in the corner of mouth. Faint scarring, why? Oh man, that's what it saw. The key to actually making good prompts is to actually read it. Okay, that should do it. So I did put the character, but it's not putting the boot sideways. And the crystal part. Wait, why isn't it messing up the boot and the hairpins? Wait, did I have the wrong hairpins in here? Oh, I need a reference of the hairpins. Like it's not working. Okay, there we go. Yes, there we go. There it is. There's the image. And that is how we iterate, guys. The new age.